Hey, what up YouTube? We out here, we got the craziest beefs in the NFL season.
This season, a lot of NFL players hated each other for different reasons. And first, a player hating his opponent got him fined over $20,000. Because when Brian Branch lined up against Tucker Kraft, things got heated.
Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he manages just to do that as he's brought down by Tyleek Williams.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 32. 15-yard penalty.
Both players were talking shit and looking like they were about to fight until Branch wanted to see man's head game, then ripped his helmet off and literally chucked it. Yeet. Now, I'm just glad he didn't use the helmet to pull a Myles Garrett. But Tucker ended up getting the last laugh when just 3 plays later, he not only scored a touchdown right on Branch and was caught mic'd up saying,
"What you gonna do?
Yeah. Talk your shit, twin."
The whole situation eventually got Branch fined $23,000 just for starting all that. But that wasn't as crazy as beefing with a YN who wears a shiesty. Yeah, I don't know what the hell Richard Sherman is thinking. See, he was watching a game where it seemed like George Pickens wasn't interested, had an attitude, and acted like he barely even wanted to win. So after the game, he called him out.
The big story here is George Pickens. George Pickens throughout the game, especially late in the game, just looked uninterested.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro. You know, that first game of the year, he did but he still had a touchdown, and so he went crazy for me in fantasy.
That's what you can't have. If you're going to be a superstar, if you want to be the best receiver in the National Football League, you can never be disengaged. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're looking at him and you're looking to pay him big-time receiver money, $40 million, I don't know.
Now, all right. Exposing Pickens and saying he didn't deserve a huge contract had him pissed. Pickens went on a crazy rant saying, "Richard pussy-ass Sherman, who by the way ain't shit without the Legion of Boom, we all remember. Don't speak on me unless you know the game of football as a former player, not a dick rider." Leech weirdo. As heated as that was, Sherman then called Pickens a kid and said he didn't even deserve a response and mentioned how he was already going to Super Bowls at the same point in his career. NFL youngboy was so stunned, he didn't even speak again after that. Sorry, he know he watches Sherman on TV every day like.
The big story here is George Pickens. George Pickens throughout the game.
But I never thought 2 NFL players beefing would get one of them disrespected by someone's family. See, before a heated matchup, Yamador Lenore called out, wait, how do you pronounce this name?
Drewski.
Yeah, this guy.
Hopefully I get the shadow jazz soon. I'm ready for this. I hope he's ready.
Anything you'd rather have? Anybody you'd rather have?
Man-to-man coverage, me and him. That's what I want.
But Lenore shouldn't have said that, because on the first drive of the game, not only did he get flagged for purposely holding Jackson on a play he would have scored on.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was being guarded by Yaodeez Lenore. He said he wanted Smith and Jigba. He got him and he interfered with him.
Once that happened, not only did Lenore's team not even trust him enough to guard Jackson the rest of the game, Jackson went off and led his team to the win, then talked about how dude was damn near acting like a groupie.
If you know football, you know the Niners play so like 80% against the Niners.
Yeah, I definitely heard it. It's hard to respond back to all my fans, but you know, I knew that we were going to see him today and take care of business.
But
you're so nonchalant. I mean, yeah, the Seahawks looked ass, but
the end of this hate. Calling Lenore a fan only got him even more fired up for when they were about to face each other the very next week in the playoffs. But after Jackson scored to help lead his team to a blowout again, Lenore was so pissed that he walked up and hit him with a move that you can't even do in the UFC. Oh my god, a headbutt? Once everyone saw that, Jackson's older brother ended the beef when he tagged Lenore in a post saying, "Jax always wanted a little brother to bully. Welcome to the family." Now that is crazy. But as much as fans were loving what he said, other fans were clowning Max Crosby for his hate towards Justin Herbert. All because Herbert just made a good play to keep the drive going.
Those unis, man.
Somehow cameras showed him on the ground crying to refs. It turned out that he was celebrating his play when he screamed right in Crosby's ear, which triggered him enough to shove Herbert's ass to the ground. This beef instantly had other players getting in Crosby's face and almost turned into an all-out brawl. Clips of Crosby letting Herbert know that he's a little bit went viral, and even though things barely calmed down after the game when all Crosby
when you said pussy and stuff earlier, but now he's just bleeped down.
Ground. This beef instantly had other players getting in Crosby's face and almost turned into an all-out brawl. Clips of Crosby letting Herbert know that he's a little bit went viral, and even though things barely calmed down after the game when all Crosby could say was,
I just didn't appreciate a guy that I know him. You know, we've gone to Pro Bowls together. We've, you know, had conversations, and he's screaming in my ear. He hasn't said a word all game. You know what I mean? And he's screaming in my ear after a first down. Come on, bro. And I turned around and I pushed him and he flops. Not one of his old linemen came and did anything to me, and nobody did nothing because they knew he flopped. He got, you know what I mean? I guess he got me, but if we're going to talk, like I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk to you face to face. We're going to talk our shit.
Most of the fans were clowning Crosby for being petty and salty that his team sucked when they said, wah, he yelled at me, wah. Crosby a whole ass bitch, bro, and so many other insane things that would take me hours to read. Regardless, getting hated by fans was nothing like an even crazier beat that got a player hated by the entire NFL.
And I want that known.
That was only one of multiple players who ended up hating Juwan Jennings. 'Cause with him being known to constantly beef with players from different teams, it continued this season when Jennings was talking shit to a Panthers player and must have said something so disrespectful, it triggered the player to punch him right in the nuts. Now, I could see why getting hit there instantly had Jennings pissed. So right when the game ended, he walked up to the player and slapped him in the face and tried beating the dude's ass so badly that his teammates and security literally tackled him to hold him back. Obviously, the beef continued in the locker room when both players had something to say.
So a little chicken there at the end, Juwan. Were you just very competitive in that moment at the end of the game?
And TV gonna tell you what happened, man. I was just responding to me some childish behavior. That's all it was.
Did you guys have any prior history at all? Have you guys played each other before?
No, I don't think so.
It just kind of manifested during this game?
Just manifested, you know, like I said, wanted to do some stuff after play, talking crazy.
What's talking crazy? Would you like to share what talking crazy?
Nah, we ain't gotta share all that.
But, alright, as much as they clearly hated each other, things continued just a week later between Jennings and a completely different team. At first, it seemed like Jennings was only slightly talking shit to Browns players, but once again, he must have said some of the most out-of-pocket things ever, because his opponents were even more pissed.
I can't speak for how he was raised, but if you have nothing good to say, don't say something to somebody.
He's a and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts. He said some things that you should not say to another man, ever. But, like, I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line.
I've never seen this.
That's some real soft shit.
This is sick.
I want that known. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
It's Calais Campbell.
Alright. Jennings better be careful, because, I mean, beefing with Myles Garrett, who literally looks like a walking tank, has literally survived deadly car accidents before and already beaten NFL players' asses, got fined $50,000 but didn't care.
Was it Myles Garrett going
the type of person you should be messing with.
Other
players hate for each other this season. Lost one of them $1 million. And honestly, it's kind of ironic considering one of the richest people ever, President Trump, was literally at this game, and even though a lot of people hate him, that's not the point. Regardless, on this play, a Commanders player blocked Amon-Ra St. Brown so aggressively that he slammed him into the ground. Then after the next play, a different player started clapping in his opponent's face, which really got both teams fired up. Because once the Lions scored, St. Brown walked over to clown the Commanders for being trashed, so one of their stars snapped.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is walking, and then he just, bam, throws a punch right at Amon-Ra.
That punch didn't just get Payne ejected and suspended for another game, which was going to lose him his game check of just over $1 million. The whole situation had players from both teams sounding pissed while talking about it.
What happened when Payne took a swing at you?
2 plays before that, we got in a little scuffle, back and forth, whatever, this and that and the other. And then we end up scoring. You know, I go up to him, I say a little something, nothing crazy. And then he decides to swing on me, so, I mean, it is what it is.
Deron only retaliated because the refs literally saw the first punch, you know what I'm saying? And I don't blame him for the way he reacted, you know. I mean, it is what it is.
That would hurt so bad.
I know. All right. We get it. Players hating on each other is pretty common considering I hate literally everyone who doesn't subscribe to us. So, subscribe or I hate you. But anyways, 2 other players this season proved how much they hated entire teams. First was Broncos player Jonathan Cooper. Just like most of us, already hated the Chiefs for always beating his squad and winning their division for 9 straight seasons. So this year, after the Broncos finally beat him not once, but twice, and also won the division, Cooper proved how much he hated the team by going on a rant posting the Chiefs and made-ass passes. But even his hate definitely wasn't as deep as Jared Verse's was for the Seahawks. They're his Rams' biggest rivals who already beat him earlier in the season and were matched up with him again with a chance at the Super Bowl on the line.
I start hearing a lot of boos. I love that. That turned us up. We was all hyped up. I'm ready right now. Get this little way. Is it 27 minutes? We can start this right now.
As cocky as Jared was before the game, once the Seahawks ended up beating him again, he didn't just get clowned as he walked to the locker room.
You got! Oh! You suck!
after that, Jared publicly admitted how much he hates them.
It was like a little more personal.
What was so personal about losing the Seahawks?
Like they're a division rival, all that good stuff. But like I genuinely don't like I got like a disdain in my heart. Like I don't like the Seahawks like at all. Like there's nothing I like about them. I don't like their players. There's nobody I like about their style. Like, I don't like.
At least the Niners and the Rams share that. They hate the Seahawks. Hey, shout out Field Flicks for the fire video. Link is in the bio if you want to watch the full video. Yeah, that's all for this video, boys. Thank you for watching. Another video is on the screen right now, so make sure y'all go click into that. If you made it to the end of the video, drop a like, man. But yeah, we'll catch you later, YaoDeez.
Peace.